We have some pretty significant NHL news today to talk about. Some significant and huge NHL signings, including the Panthers keeping the band back together. Brad Marchand and Jerard Ekblad have both found ways to re-sign in Florida, joining Sam Bennett. All three now going to be with the Panthers for the foreseeable future. We also have long-term deals as well for Columbus and Ivan Provorov. The Edmonton Oilers have inked Evan Bouchard to a mid-range deal. We've also got Alexander Romanov on a long-term contract and lots of other shorter-term deals as well coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have lots to talk about, all kinds of signings. I feel like we had a small period of time here late this afternoon where like everything is happening all at once. We had the Mitch Marner news start to break that trade was going through in the sign and trade. And then before that could even be fully all the details announced, Brad Marchand signing. We already knew that Ekblad had signed a little bit earlier, and then the news just kept coming. Ivan Provorov, Evan Bouchard, and it's just like bang, bang, bang. It's just what a ridiculous flurry of news here over the past little bit. Absolutely insane. So let's get started with some of the signings from earlier today. We got the Edmonton Oilers have multiple signings. They've signed Noah Phillip to a 1-year, 2-way contract. That's an easy one to get done. They've also re-signed Kasperi Kapanen. He gets to stay with the Oilers. 1-year deal at $1.3 million. Of course, he had a pretty good playoff and had a decent stretch after being acquired there. So that deal kind of makes sense for Edmonton. Good depth piece for them. And then, of course, the big one today in Edmonton, Evan Bouchard, the Bouch Bomb, gets a 4-year contract at $10.5 million. Big ones. That is a whopper of a deal. Elliot Friedman earlier had said he thought a 4-year deal might come in around 9.5. That is the whole bag and more for Evan Bouchard. I like Bouchard a lot. Lots to like about his offensive game. But that is a lot of dinero for a guy who's not a very strong defender. I just hope for the Edmonton Oilers' sake that they don't get caught up in being like the new core four. Like it's, we know Toronto was kind of handcuffed there for a long time because of the money they had invested in Matthews, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander. And now you've got McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, and unfortunately Darnell Nurse. That contract's not aged well. So I really like Bouchard. He'll give you the offensive numbers to justify his cap hit. It's just the mistakes defensively. I really hope his D side of his game gets better to earn that money. But the Oilers, for the most part, have had a pretty good day. I just thought that was going to come in a little bit lower. A bunch of signings in Boston. The Bruins have re-signed defenseman Henry Jokiharju. 3-year deal, $3 million per season. Little surprised he didn't hold off in the free agency because there's not a lot of D left out there. He might have been able to get a better deal, but it's obviously not a bad contract to stay with the Bruins. They've re-signed Johnny Beecher, 1 year, $900K. That's a decent contract. Michael DiPietro, a little bit surprising as well. He signs 2 years, $812,000. There's some wondering if the Bruins, to kind of get some more cap space, might try to move Jonas Korpisalo and consider bringing DiPietro up as a backup. Don't know if that's not confirmed. I don't know for sure it's going to happen. There are some teams poking around Korpisalo, though, which is surprising because he hasn't been good in a while. But we'll see. Now, of course, late last night, after my last video, of course, I shouldn't say the last video because we've had so many, but one of the bigger video last night, recapping all of the day's news and rumors, Geekie signed right after. So Morgan Geekie, 6-year contract with the Bruins, $5.5 million as well. That should age fine as long as he can keep up playing like he did last year, but I don't mind that contract at all. The Sabres, they signed Jack Rathbone. He would have been a Group 6 UFA, a 2-year deal at $800,000. The Avalanche have signed young defenseman Sam Malinsky to a 1-year deal, $1.4 million. He will be a UFA next year unless he re-signs ahead of time. The New York Islanders signed defenseman Alexander Romanov on an 8-year contract at $6.25 million per season. I don't really mind the AAV. I know some question the long 8-year term. Sometimes physical defenders tend to have their bodies wear down a little bit earlier, and I guess there is some risk with the term, but generally speaking, I think he's young enough. Hopefully it'll be okay. I know the AAV appears to be fine, I think, from that standpoint. But speaking of defenders who have their bodies break down, let's get into the Panther stuff. Jerard Ekblad signs today on an 8-year contract in Florida at $6.1 million. And then they announced Brad Marchand on a 6-year deal, $32 million in total. So just over $5 million per season. Like, I don't see either of these players completing these contracts. Aaron Ekblad, good defenseman, plays some of his best hockey. He's not super old, but he has put his body through a ton. The way he plays, it wears and tears on the body a lot. He's had some significant injuries. I am quite shocked that they get an 8-year deal done. I don't think the team would be shocked if he doesn't finish up this contract. But, the AAV is fine. If he would have hit free agency tomorrow on July 1st, he probably would have got an $8 million deal easily. I don't know if he would have got 8 years, though, but he could have made more money for sure. So that's definitely a discount to stay in Florida. Marchand, though, he's 37 years of age, and he gets a 6-year contract? Like, you're telling me Bradley Marchand's going to play until he's 43 years old? I just don't see it, but it's not because he'll be the exception to the rule here, but it's rare to see players play past the age of 40. It's pretty rare, and when they do, they rarely play at a high level. I mean, you get the odd exception, but I don't know. I don't like the term because I feel like it's manipulating the cap here. But yeah, 6 years, $32 million. I mean, that's not crazy because it was believed that he was going to be looking for around $8 million per year on a shorter term. So essentially, he gets the money and he stretches it out. Like, there was speculation he was looking for a 4-year deal, 4 times 8, and they just couldn't make that work. So they gave him the money, stretched it out. But I mean, is anybody going to be shocked if Marchand's body's breaking down and he can't play the last couple years of that? Probably not. But both of these contracts, to me, set up prime examples. You're probably going to see them ride out the last couple of years on LTIR. I hope I'm wrong, because really they're great players. And if they can manage to play that long, that's great for them. It's great for the game. Maybe great for the team. But it just feels like a little bit of a circumvention to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate the contracts. They're very reasonable. I understand they want to stay in Florida. I don't blame them. Zito said he would try his best to get it done, and he's good at his job. He got it done. But it just, I don't know. I mean, the Ekblad one's a little bit less egregious to me because he's younger. But so to me, that's just more of a personal preference. If I'm a GM, I don't know if I want to sign him to 8 years because of what his body's been through. But Marchand, on the other hand, 37 years old signing a 6-year deal is just completely unheard of. Completely unheard of. So, they figured out a way to make it work. I just don't know if it's completely, I don't know. I'm just not sure how to feel about it. But Marchand is a perfect fit there in Florida. They're definitely going to be one of the contenders to win a three-peat. So stay tuned. We'll have to see if anybody can knock off this stacked Panthers team. A few more signings today. The Red Wings came to terms with Jonathan Berggren. Gets a 1-year deal at $1.825 million. The Maple Leafs also re-signed Steven Lorentz. He gets to stay in Toronto in his hometown. Of course, he's a former Panther himself, going to Toronto last year. 3 years at $1.35 million. To me, he's a pretty good fourth-line player, good speed. Would like to see a little bit more finish from him, but overall, out of all the guys they've brought in here in recent years for bottom 6 fourth-line guys, he's one of the better ones. I think it's a pretty good deal. The Ottawa Senators today signed pending RFA goaltender Levi Merilainen. It's a 1-year deal at $1.05 million, and it is a one-way contract. So that all but confirms that veteran goalie Anton Forsberg will not be back with the Senators in a backup role to Linus Ullmark. It was expected Merilainen, after a strong showing last year, was most likely going to take over that backup role. Just this all but confirms that. Forsberg, to me, there's a limited goalie market, and he is a good backup. So to me, I think he's going to get more opportunity probably from somewhere else anyway, and it's probably in his best interest to cash in while he can. I mean, Ottawa's the first team that he's really stuck with for any extended period of time, and he served a good purpose there for a while, and I think now it just makes sense for both sides to kind of move on here. The LA Kings are hanging on to Andrei Kuzmenko after a strong finish there with the Kings. Kuzi signs a 1-year deal at $4.3 million. That's a reasonable contract. Kuzmenko, to me, could be a good goal scorer for them and had a good showing when he was there before. And the other long-term deal that was announced when everything was happening, Columbus Blue Jackets have signed defenseman Ivan Provorov, a 7-year deal at $8.5 million. That's a big one too. And to be fair, I don't know if I would. I mean, there was rumors if he hit the open market, he was going to probably be looking at teams like the Kings or the Rangers or one of those guys who are going to be looking for replacements. I don't know. That seems hefty. When you look at some of the other deals we've seen, and I understand some of them are no state tax, and not saying no state tax is never, impactful here. Like it is to some degree. I just don't know if it's as big a deal as people make it out to be. You remember, there was a point in time when the Panthers were awful and they were a poorly run team. You didn't hear anything about no state tax then. Look at Nashville right now. Like, there's still a good destination that players want to play there, but they've got a lot of bad contracts. And unfortunately, as much as we all love Barry Trotz, terrific coach, one of the best ever, has been a horrible GM. Let's just be honest here. The contracts he's handed out as general manager between last year and this year, to me, are just a bunch of head scratchers and have not worked out. And that team completely plummeted to the bottom. And I'm not sure how they're going to pick themselves back up. But, is no state tax helping them right now? I don't think it is. Is it helping Vegas with Marner? Yeah, a little bit for sure. I mean, players will take a little bit less, but it's the no state tax helps, but it's really players want to win. And these are some of the best run organizations between Dallas and Vegas and the Panthers, the Lightning. Players want to play there. They can win. They do get to keep a little bit more of their money, and they're in contention all the time. Why wouldn't they want to go there? So I don't know that the no state tax is really as big a deal as some people make it out to be. But that is your recap of the current signings. I wouldn't be surprised if I end this video and find out there was 10 more right after, because it's been a flurry of news here, so stay tuned. I'll be back. There'll probably be more videos through the night. I'm expecting there's going to probably be a couple more trades by the sounds of things, probably some more signings, so I'm not sure how many more videos there will be, but there will definitely be more because the news cycle is continuing at a feverish pace. So let me know your thoughts on what we have here so far in this video. We'll talk about it in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Like I said, more content to come. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.